For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, as we move along in the month of April, nice to have you along. My name is Paul Dingeman, as you see in the bottom of the screen. And the fellow across from me is Brent Gillette.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Nice to see you. Executive Director of United Way of St. Clair County.
Yes, sir.
You just finished your campaign for 24-25.
Absolutely, yes.
And you got some good news.
Really good news. I got to say, under Deb Johnson's leadership from Community Mental Health, she was able to achieve almost $900,000 for our community this year.
Isn't that wonderful?
That is.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's about
and that's an increase over?
That's an increase over last year. It's 97% of our goal. We set the goal, early this year and asked the citizens to step up. And I'll tell you, I'm always amazed at how well our community responds to helping other people.
We're going to get into the letter carrier story here, but just to give me a thumbnail sketch of United Way of St. Clair County, how many agencies do you serve?
We have 22 agencies that we work with that provide 43 different programs.
Wow.
Everything from our young kids getting started to our families that sometimes make tough decisions, hard decisions, to our elderly that sometimes need a little bit of helping hand and a shoulder during the twilights of their life.
How do people access you guys during the campaign's over? So now, you go back to everyday work, which is communicating with people. How do people get a hold of you? What's that?
Well, the best way that anyone can get a hold of us for services or even some direction is to call 211. 211, we sponsor 211 so that we have that information highway available to our citizens.
I forgot about 211.
Oh. Well,
I'm glad you brought it up.
It's the place to go if you need help or you need direction.
All right, so what kind of help would I
Well, if you're looking
there?
for some basic needs, they'll help direct you into housing, food,
housing,
clothing, those type of things. So whether it's food pantries or whether it's hot food kitchens, they can do that. And what's really nice about 211, it's not just for our community. If you've got a loved one or a family member that lives outside of our community, you can access services and information anywhere in the United States.
Wow.
We're connected all over.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've had that service 4, 5, 6 years?
About 6 years now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we for our community, we brought it in, but for the betterment of our community. We used to believe in what we called the information merry-go-round, where I'd call Paul, you'd give me 5 numbers, I'd call them, they'd give me 5 numbers. By the end of the day, I was back at Paul, not resolving my situation.
Right.
So 211.
Not because Paul didn't want to.
No, Paul was very helpful. Just didn't know all the ins and outs, and that's what's wonderful about 211.
So 211's got all the numbers and all the sources. Great, I'm glad we brought that up.
Yeah.
But you're here today to talk for Tara Anderson, who is union rep for the Letter Carriers Union.
Yes.
And she got busy delivering mail.
She got caught up on her route today and wasn't able to be with us. But Tara's been the coordinator for this program for a couple of years now.
And this program is Letter Carriers Food Drive, second Saturday in May.
Yes.
And that is an annual deal supported across the nation. So what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, this is its 37th anniversary.
Wow.
We've been doing it for a long time. And it's the easiest project that you could think of because you don't have to do a whole lot. The letter carriers do it for us.
Okay.
What you do is you put a non-perishable item out by your mailbox or on your porch. Make sure that it's recognized as that, and the letter carrier will pick it up, and then they'll sort it, and then they'll get it out to
we got some great pictures of previous years.
Oh yeah.
And this must be where they're sorting it and getting ready to distribute it.
Absolutely, and we have an army of volunteers that help every year that really are connected to the hunger in our community.
And the hunger continues?
The hunger continues. It's sad to say that 1 in 5 households in our community rely on food supplements of some sort.
1 in 5?
1 in 5, yeah.
Okay.
So it's, and when you think about that, that's our children, that's our young families, our seniors, our veterans, all relying on it. And food is the easiest thing to alleviate a lot of problems because if you're having trouble paying your rent and you get free food, you can put the dollars you would spend at the grocery store towards your rent or towards your utilities. So it's a great gap filler for us.
Just some statistics that you hear on these sheets here. Here in St. Clair County, had 46,000 pounds.
Pounds of food last year that we raised.
46,000 pounds.
Day.
In one day.
In one day, yeah.
220 branches raised 71 million pounds.
That's nationwide.
Nationwide.
Yep.
And then it's distributed. St. Clair County, 42% of the households don't make an average living wage. So yeah, there's a lot of need.
Absolutely. You know, and United Way prides itself in collecting that data to make sure that when we ask people to donate to the community and help the community, whether it's food or whether it's their donations to United Way, that it's going to the most current and important needs out there.
The Letters Carriers Union is not necessarily a member of United Way, is it?
No,
you're doing this above, and you're a partner.
Yeah, we told them that we would help them get the word out, that we would advertise it, we would make sure that people know about this program, but that's their program. They drive it, they make it happen, and like I said, they make it easy.
Right.
I love the fact that on Saturday, I could just put a bag of food out there, and then I go about my normal business. I can go golfing, or I can go boating, or whatever I need to do, knowing that I'm helping people in our community.
I know there's a lot of communities, retirement communities, where they've got boxes at the end of the street. So I suppose I've got to take my food to that point.
Exactly, because that's wherever the letter carrier or the rural carrier walks to, or wherever
they deliver the
your
mail.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so it's all day Saturday. On the second Saturday in May, not all day, but when the letter carrier comes by.
Exactly.
And so if they come at noon, don't get it there at 4.
No.
So.
Well, if that does happen, Paul, there are some checks and balances for that. You can take it to the post office.
Okay.
They'll have a hamper there for a couple days afterwards. You can just put your food in there at the post office.
Okay.
You can also drop it off at United Way. That's always an opportunity as well. But we like to do it on the day of, because then these young kids, like the Port Huron Northern baseball team who comes and sorts the food, got a lot to do that day.
Good.
Yeah.
His name is Brent Gillette, and he's the executive director of United Way of St. Clair County, and that's your invitation to help lots of needy people in the county with the Mail Carriers Union behind this push for the annual Letter Carriers Food Drive, the second Saturday in May. We're back with Thumb Coast Theaters just a second. There's a place in Marine City that's always active, always has some great entertainment and great things for you, and we're going to find out more today with the director, Micah Artis. Nice to meet you again.
Thank you.
And Joel, welcome back.
Thank you for having
to
me.
the Focus Set. Talk to me about the new play that is starting on the 3rd of May, running through June 15th at the Riverbank.
The show is called The Love List. It's by Norm Foster, and it's a cheeky romantic comedy that explores
a rom-com.
A rom-com, exactly, but with some twists, which keeps you on the edge of your seat for sure. It tells a story of two men who are seeking out their perfect mate, and they try to go to a matchmaking service.
I tried that for years.
How did that go for you?
Well, I was 35 when I got married, so it took me a little while.
Well, this character is 40 and has been divorced and is hoping to find love again, so his friend buys him this service. They create their top 10 attributes for a perfect mate, and then when she appears, it's not exactly what they are expecting, nor does it end up the way they are thinking it's going to.
Sounds like an
unintended
comedy show, right?
Yes.
That's a great poster. Smart, sexy, funny, long hair, long legs. Right. I had a brother who has passed, but he was a single man for all his life because he was always looking for the best woman in the world. She had to be able to bake. She had to be a beauty queen. She had to, everything.
Had to hit all the points.
We should have had a play around that list.
I was about to say that list actually would have been really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Poor guy. He missed out.
Well, and that's actually part of the show is that they start altering the list.
You can change the list.
You can change the list. And so then that begs the question of, should you try to change a partner every time there's something that you don't like?
Right.
Or is that really an
just
authentic
walk away because
relationship.
she doesn't know how to bake.
Right, exactly. Just leave the whole thing. But no.
I love the thought that this play is about the importance of learning to fall in love with the imperfections of a person.
Correct.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
a philosopher.
Oh.
He is. He is.
Can you say that? It's learning to fall in love.
Yeah, learning to fall in love with the imperfections of a person.
Boy, he's
Yeah.
deep.
He is. He is. Actually, a line in the play is perfection demands perfection, which I think is pretty insightful if you think about that. So the more you demand it, the more it's demanded of you.
Right. All right. So we mentioned it's a Riverbank, which is there's not a bad seat in the house.
No.
No.
Great intimate little theater.
Yeah.
And it's there's a great picture of you.
Yes.
So
It's an intimate cast as well. It's
Yeah.
only a 3-person cast, so they really bring you in very quickly and
Yes.
have a really familiar dynamic, which
Great.
helps a lot. And that's our production team.
Yeah.
okay, and and the sets look great. Looks
It's
like
meant to
they're-
look messy, by the way.
Yes.
Ah,
Our Bill is not. It's not the. He has some flaws of his own.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. Yes.
all right, so that's May 3rd through June the 15th, the Riverbank. Lots of stuff going on. Are there going to be summer camps? Sure. Stephanie usually talks about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will for the young ones. That will be coming up for sure in the summer. Yeah, unfortunately she can't be here, but definitely check our website for that sign-up information for the summer camp for the youth. Great thing about Thumb Coast is we've always got something going on.
Yes.
Coming up right in the middle while we're doing this at the Riverbank, you can head on over for a very special engagement with the, I believe they're calling themselves the Detroit Symphony Orchestra Trio, string trio. They'll be providing a tribute to the Beatles.
Wonderful.
I believe that's going to be May 10th, just a bunch of your
Yep.
favorite
3
Beatles
p.m.
songs, 3 p.m.
It's at the Riverbank as well.
That's at the Boardwalk.
Oh, it's at the
Boardwalk.
boardwalk.
At the
Okay,
Boardwalk,
thank you for the clarity.
$30 seats or tickets for that.
And they're going fast.
They hopefully are going fast. Yeah. I mean, the quality of Detroit Symphony Orchestra, and
The Beatles.
I believe,
The
I
Beatles.
believe that's, you know, if you
Yeah.
don't love the Beatles, you lost your heart, your soul somewhere along the way.
Right,
But,
right. The DSO always does great performances wherever they are. They appeared a number of years ago at the East China Performing Arts Center, and they brought probably 50 or 60 musicians at that time.
Yeah.
And the director turned at the end of the performance and he said, "What a beautiful facility and a great town you got up here." So that's probably why they came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the versatility is wonderful. I mean, you can go get your classic, you know, your Beethovens, your Mozarts, your Rachmaninoffs. But then I remember my wife and I, who actually, fun fact, is
In the
a
show.
lady in Love List.
Okay.
So we get to work together. That's nice. But we went and saw the Music of Queen there.
Yeah.
So this just feels right at home
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
with
they
their
do a great job.
variety. Yeah.
So that's the May 10th, but this performance runs through June, and then summer classes coming up. So there's always something going on.
There
Always
is.
something. We will continue to have, I think 9 to 5 is the next big one after hours. But we have our third space that has, we want every space to be unique in its offering. So we've got big, those A+, or I call tentpole musicals at the Boardwalk.
Yep.
We've got kind of like medium-sized fare, but then we want to also offer really even more intimate experiences. We've got our First Child Snug Theater. That's just a few blocks down from Riverbank. We'll be offering our second season of Playfair, which is original works.
Oh.
So if you've got a play out there, you've got collecting dust, you send that in on to us, and if it feels like it fits our season, we'll put you on stage to get your
Wonderful.
work
It's also
performed.
What an
collaborative.
opportunity for local
love
people
it.
to
It
be
is.
able to do that.
It is, and it's collaborative with the audience as well. So they're opening it up for feedback to those playwrights as well. It's such a great opportunity to see something on its feet
Right.
and actually kind of work through whatever kinks
Yeah.
you might have, or even just see if it's ready to go.
That's how they do it in the big leagues. If you do a show in New
It's a
York,
preview.
you have
This
previews.
is the big leagues.
Yeah,
This
this
is the
is
big-
exactly.
Exactly.
Talking about theater, have you been a performer for yourself for a
I
long
have,
time?
yes. I've been a performer and a director for a very long time. I started directing about 17 years ago.
Wow, well, you must have been great school.
That's very kind of you, but no, I actually started post college, and then I did my master's in theater in Ireland, and actually that segues.
Sure, in Bigora.
Yeah, well, there you go, ergo bra. But that segues actually very well because the show that I saw there is called The Weir by Conor McPherson. It's one of the first Irish shows I ever saw, and that's actually another offering later on this year.
Oh, wonderful.
At the Snug, we're performing The Weir, which I'm directing as well. So,
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Well,
bringing it
welcome
full
aboard.
circle.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it looks like I'm going to start a coughing at Jag here. So we thank you both for coming and encourage everybody to come and see the new play. And it is entitled, once again,
The Love List.
The Love List. And it should be fun. Rom-com with 3 people. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.